And what's good, YouTube? Hey, so y'all already know what we got to talk about, man. We got to talk about the legendary Cash Money verse No Limit versus last night, bro. And y'all saw how it went down. In my humble opinion, oh wait, hold on, let me just start from here. Basically, I had Cash Money winning this before it started. You know what I'm saying? Pre-versus, I had Cash Money winning, and I had them win it relatively easy. You feel me? But at the same time, bro, I had to be reminded. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm old enough to remember No Limit. I'm 35, so I'm old enough to remember that era. I did not realize some of the songs that they came with, I forgot about. I gotta be honest, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. From delivery, bruh, and the fact that Cash Money ain't have Wayne or Turk there, that hurt them severely. You know what I'm saying? Just like No Limit ain't have C Murder or Mystical. But see, to me, having Mia X there, she was the X factor. She was the X factor of that entire versus, because a lot of people forgot how Mia X could spit. I remember, because I personally feel like she better than any female rapper out right now. You know what I'm saying? And that includes Nicki. You know what I'm saying? But no disrespect to her. But at the same time, bruh, she was the X factor of this entire versus. Juvie gonna do his thing. BG gonna do his thing. But they was crippled without Wayne and Turk, bruh. Because on some of those songs they performed, if you ain't had the iconic verses from Turk, like on I Need a Hot Girl, you need Turk there to perform that verse. That verse is iconic for I Need a Hot Girl. And that's why I feel like Chopper Style won verse I Need a Hot Girl, even though I Need a Hot Girl is a bigger song, but at the same time, you ain't have Turk there to do the legendary verse. That point go to No Limit. Then you go to the end of the verses. Okay, Juvie came with Back That Ass Up. You feel me? But at the same time, you ain't have Wayne there to do his legendary After You Back It Up and Stop. What? You ain't have Wayne there to do that. So that hindered the song a little bit to me. You feel me? And then on the other end, No Limit came with Down for My Niggas. You know what I'm saying? And Snoop had a mic drop moment. He had a mic drop moment, bro. The way he ended that verses with that song, with his verse. It was a mic drop moment, bro. I ain't even need to hear Back That Ass Up after that. Because what do you do after that? He had a Jadakiss moment. Snoop got his Jadakiss on, basically. He had his Jadakiss moment of the verses, just like Jadakiss did in the Locks verse Dipset. Bro, I'm telling you, No Limit won this, and they won it relatively easy because every time Cash Money came with a hit, No Limit threw a haymaker right back. You know what I'm saying? From Ice Cream Man to Body Body to This Is For The Players in the Cadillac. Hey, that used to be that fire. For those who don't remember, bro, that was a time, bro. That was an era. No Limit is definitely the OGs of Cash Money. And No Limit had to remind Cash Money like, nah, you little niggas got y'all start from us. You feel me? Y'all got some swag from us. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Cash Money is the greatest music label ever, in my opinion. They had the greatest run. But No Limit laid the groundwork for Cash Money to have the success that Cash Money ended up having. But this versus last night, man, No Limit wipe the floor with Cash Money, bruh. And it was mainly because Turk and Wayne wasn't there. Now, had Turk and Wayne been there, I'm pretty sure it would have went a different way. I can honestly say it would have went a different way if Wayne and Turk was at the verses, but they wasn't there. And that severely hindered Cash Money. Juvie and BG did what they could, you know what I'm saying, to carry it. You feel me? Even Manny did too. But without Turk and Wayne, bruh, you can't have a complete Cash Money. And No Limit, just the way P had built that roster out, bruh, they was able to survive without C Murder and Mystical. You feel me? Because like I say, bro, Mia X was such a critical factor the last night's verses because the way she spit and the way she flow, bro, it looked like she ain't missed a beat. It looked like she ain't been out the game at all, bro. Like, Mia X is really that. I don't know if y'all realize that, but Mia X is really that on that mic. You feel me? It ain't really too many that can really fuck with her on that mic. You know what I'm saying? Mia X did her thing. Now let's get to Master P and Birdman. I'm gonna do a separate video on why, it was, you know what I'm saying, tension between them two boys back in the day. But to me, on stage last night, it seemed like some of that tension might have still been there. I'm not saying it's a beef. I don't think they beefing or nothing like that, but I think both of them still care whatever little tension they might have had back in the day, they carried it last night. I won't say they carrying it around with them every day. Nah, they carried it. It came out last night based on that energy they had towards each other. And like I say, it ain't seem like no beef or nothing, but like I say, Baby was trying to let it be known, yeah, nigga, this Cash Money, you know what I'm saying, bump who don't like it and all that. But, you know what I'm saying, Master P stood his ground like, yeah, nigga, you might have started that stunt shit, but I was right uptown with this body shit. Like, yeah, so mainly it's probably a lot of competitors. I put it like that. I won't even say tension or beef. You know what I'm saying? A lot of competitive fire between them two brothers. You know what I'm saying? But this was a legendary versus, man. To me, I put this on the stage with Gucci and Jeezy, but the only difference was, it was real hatred between Gucci and Jeezy even that night. Well, I don't know, not so much on Jeezy part, but definitely on Gucci part. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they did this versus in definitely the wrong city. This most definitely should have been done in New Orleans and New Orleans only, because you would have got the real crowd reactions you needed versus it being in Vegas. Come on, bro. How you gonna do a Cash Money versus No Limit versus in Vegas? That makes no sense at all whatsoever. None. And to me, bro, it would have just been so legendary had they put it in New Orleans versus that Complex Con in Vegas. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We still got a great show in my opinion. But they also did us wrong because they cut the show short. You know what I'm saying? They told them boys they had to drop it. They had to cut their songs to one verse each, and then them boys had to, basically they just did one song each after that, and they got up out of there. That was highway robbery because there was a lot of songs left on the table from both sides. You know what I'm saying? No Limit didn't get to do Hootie Who, and then obviously, Cash Money ain't get to do a lot of hits that they still had left. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, like I said, I feel like No Limit won this. I feel like, honestly, truly, it wasn't close. You feel me? Well, yeah, it wasn't close, bro. Nah. I was about to change my mind, but nah, it wasn't close. Now, that don't take away from the hits Cash Money dropped and they had. But with this versus right here, like I say, minus Turk and Wayne, Cash Money got the flow mark with him last night, bro. I mean, and that's just what I feel. But, hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the video, man. It's Welcome Family Hustle, and I'm out.